Play through my entire maze obby thing that I just made in Supreme Duelist Stickman. This is gonna be the commentated version of me playing through the whole thing and talking about each obstacle and just what I thought about it. If you're not interested in it, that's fine. You can just stop watching the video right here. But for those who are interested, I'll go ahead and start it. So the reason why I made this, I didn't know that there was a Supreme Duelist Stickman community, really, on YouTube. I only searched around for it after I made this entire maze, and I thought I was being original. I thought like, oh, this game is meant for stages and fighting, but no, I made an obby and I'm like, oh, I'm so cool, but no, of course not. I just made it because I was bored. I was on family vacation. And I was like, alright, well, I'm not gonna socially interact with anyone here. I'm just gonna play on my phone. And I decided to channel it into something creative, which is this whole thing. And after looking at the entire map editor and all the options that I had, like, these solid blocks and these ones that switch and the red and blue blocks that have switches on them, yeah, I thought it was really cool and I wanted to make an obby out of them. So here we are. Yeah, so the first obstacle here, very simple. They're solid blocks, move around them. I made it so that you have to move the most so that you go to the bottom and then you go to the top. That's a lot of movement. That's what I mean. The next one, I just put the green and purple blocks in a unique pattern so that you're forced to wait until it switches or iterates at least once to pass. I used like a checkerboard pattern the first time, but it did not work out so well. Turns out you just get stuck, which I am right now. Okay. These ones, they just move up. Be careful if you get stuck at the roof. Yeah, will phase through the maze. And I mean, that's cool if you want to skip, but I'm not in this case. This one, ouch, I actually died here. Yeah, you can very easily just skip over these. They're just kind of cute and bouncy and pink on the water there. I used the water to my advantage, I suppose, because we're at the bottom level. Anywho, the next one's these bouncy blue, white, yellow things, and you just kind of have to traverse around them. At first I did it in like a random pattern, but then I realized actually that's kind of impossible. So instead, there's a clear path for you to follow, and it's kind of hard. Like this is the first real hard one in the first level, and I mean it's kind of, yeah, it bounces you around. Next one is this one that just lifts you in the air. I didn't really experiment with these yellow arrowy blocks until much later, and you'll see that in a bit. Here's my first time using the blue and red blocks. These are very fun. I wanted to have some kind of unique pattern, so you first go along the red serrated thing lines here. That was solid before, but now it's not. You fall through, you jump up through here, you get the next thing, you fall down, and well, I realized that if it just was there, if it just ended there, you could just walk through, but instead I made it a bit more interesting and had to dive under here to get to the next part. This is the yellow big thing that shrinks, and I mean, you just get more space to run around in after it shrinks. And here's when I started experimenting with the spinny stuff. I thought this was the first time I was being real cool, but no, this already exists in a bunch of other people's creations. Next one is this wheel. Just move it around. Just move it out of the way. I don't know. I actually haven't been experimenting too much with the wheel. It's just kind of big enough to be an obstacle to block you from going through smaller spaces. But yeah, whatever. I was just kind of lazy here and just put a bunch of purple and green blocks to block your way. This one's a big parkour level, so you just jump across. There's a bunch of spinny things here, and also these red platforms that'll sway you off a bit. You could also die the first time in the entire maze, or you could die, by the way. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. This one is probably the laziest one. This is probably my least favorite one, least creative. They're just the black and white elevator blocks. Just make it go up and down. That's it. These one block passages are kind of hard to get a hang of to go through, but they are possible. And I put a few of them throughout the game. This one's interesting. It's when I started experimenting with the red and yellow blocks that push you. And they're fun to play around and make you go very fast. Huge fan of, speed in video games. I thought, like, oh, I want you to not only go through, like, that destructible wall, because, destruction is fun, but also make you go through this tunnel here as you're being shot through the gun. And I realized I couldn't make the tops and bottoms just nothing, so I made it the switchy red and blue blocks. This one's also just kind of lazy. You put a bunch of these black things around and they block your way. I usually take this top route here, and kablam. The next one is this elevator black block. Now where that goes is that it'll block your passage later on to the chamber that's above this one. And I thought I need to be very versatile with how I structure everything, because it also acts as like to block your passage in both chambers at the same time by just moving it. It blocked the wheel that would have went down on you, rolled onto you, but now it went here, and this gray platform block also blocked your way on the next chamber, so they both combined, and the wheel was able to get that out of the way. This is just a bunch of spinny elevator blocks that I put together. If you touch them, they start moving. And that's kind of it. A couple of these obstacles are literally just a smattering of blocks that are spread around. Ouch. I started experimenting with the blue and green platforms that went up and down, left and right. And this one I wanted to crush you in them. This one is kind of like a time limit, so you have to go in when the purple block is inactive, and then go out when the green block is inactive. I added kind of some more here in a zigzag, not a zigzag pattern, but like, you have to go to the left and then to the right, which is what I call the zigzag pattern. And that's just kind of the most amount of space that you have to traverse in a square, basically. Anywho, this next one, I put this platform here that'll block your way depending on the timing, and you have to go into both of these holes here, this hole and the one that I'm in right now, to activate this blue thing. This one's just, I kind of put them all around, but in a prettier pattern. Okay, there you go. This one is just, I didn't know how to properly use the yellow block to shrink here. I thought certain items wouldn't be able to interact with them, but turns out pretty much everything does. Anything that moves makes this yellow one shrink, and it needed the player's interaction to move the wheel into that. Anywho, the next one's actually kind of complicated. First, because you want access to the gun here, which is what I call the red and yellow blocks. You do this, which blocks the red passage here, and you can't go across it directly anyways because of this thing that you blocked earlier. So yeah, and it can't go up just yet because you need to go through the gun to shoot yourself into the wooden block. Now remember to switch it over once you get inside, because if it's red, it'll block you and you'll have to go back up here, but I can pass through. This one, I was thinking about the spinny thingies and putting them both at the same time, so you kind of have to time it all going upwards. I did this with the red and blue blocks already, but this time it's kind of like automated. This one's just kind of like a hole in the wall type of deal, but with the black elevator blocks. I put those green blocks there to make sure that you didn't get soft locked. This is more of the blue and green platforms, but I made them move in very interesting ways because of the rotating things. So it's a lot more random. This one, I love going fast, so I just made you do that. And okay, hold on, before we get to the next obstacle, this wheel blocks your passage to the next place that you're supposed to go. Now, it is possible to get down here, but if you're, lawful or good, or just want to have fun doing the obstacles, then you go down this way. So yeah. Now this one, you have to carry this wooden platform down to the bottom because it acts as a boat for the next part. And I kind of have this thing throughout the entire maze, obby kind of philosophy, where I want things to be set up and then used for later on, and have the same object have multiple versatile uses, which you've already seen with the black elevator platforms earlier. And so you had, for this example, I had to move down this wooden platform down to the bottom. And it's used as a boat at the bottom here. This one's actually kind of a finicky part. If I did this correctly, this would have been on the ocean level here, but it isn't. Yeah, this one's I would say this is the most unstable level throughout the entire thing. It's supposed to be at the bottom, and then it moves along with you because there's a yellow and red arrow block down there that's moving the entire platform along. But it's kind of... sometimes it just doesn't want to be there. Luckily, you can get by without the wooden platform if you're willing to die like that. It's pretty hard to do it without it or something. You have to jump across those blue things, also get across here, but just in case if it gets glitchy, it is still at least possible to get across without it. After this, you get flung up, you do another big parkour challenge here, getting across this stuff. Okay, there you go. And then you hold no, hold on, I suck at this part. Okay, that wasn't it. You're tempted to go over here to activate this thing and then teleport upwards, because then you'd have a nice safe platform to walk along and not worry about falling anymore. But that's a mistake, because the next one is it blocks your passage if it's blue, if the active one is blue. So you go back down, you find a way to get up here. Sometimes you can go into this hole, make sure it's inactive first. Hold on. And then you go up. Yeah. If you can't do that, then you can go jump across the wall and move that way. Anywho, this part, you move the black elevator across. That drops a lot of things, and that's supposed to like get in your way a bit. Now make sure that this black platform is properly all the way over there. I put lava blocks here to make sure that the player does not get across this not go into this hole, not go through this hole by accident. or on purpose, because that is a huge skip that I do not want you to go through. Because the space that the black elevator platform is going through, that is a part of the next level, which I thought was a creative use of space, because I made this level, and look at that. You're still kind of able to. Let's try to get back in. Anywho, it's just kind of difficult to get there because you sometimes bounce back in. So you go through these wheels, you jump up here. Now, this is what I'm talking about, you know, that versatility stuff again. You can't get across past here, so you needed that black elevator platform to use this and activate or deactivate it. And there you go, now you can get across. By the way, there's just some extra space here, so I wanted to make a cute little animation of the pink blocks going around in this rectangle with the red and yellow arrow thing block is doing, but like it's not where it sometimes gets stuck. Yeah, this is another example of that versatility. The wheel blocks away, but in the future you come in from the other side and now you can get past. There's probably a way to block it successfully by replacing this with like lava platform, and now you like bounce off or something. Anywho, going down. This makes you go around in circles. Just very fun movement here. Go down. I used the gray platform as a spinner thing, but it only moves when you move it. So it's like it shows how fast you were going. Next is this red platform. You usually can't get past it if it was properly like in its proper position, but after you moved the black platform, it'll give just enough space to make you go through. Using the black elevator platform again, you move that pink square block, and you still can't get through just yet. You need it to activate it or deactivate this button here, and now you can pass. So I thought that was another good use of that. It's like you're watching this little mini block go through its journey before you can pass, and you're also kind of responsible for it to go through its full adventure, I suppose. Okay, now this is just a maze level. I did always kind of want a maze deal in this entire obby, because mazes just look, you know, daunting. So you just kind of go through this. Also, the red and blue blocks, they allow passage once you touch them. And I thought that would be interesting for like a bunch of options that you could go through, and just makes the maze more interesting. Though, yeah, these are kind of like tight spaces. They're only like 1.5 blocks, which is slightly too small for our stickman, a friend over here. I also realized that this hook at the very end, this hook-shaped object, there's literally no reason for you to go under here, so it's just kind of there for decoration, I suppose. This one's another like parkour level. You jump around, you make sure you don't die from the lava, and yeah, like that. Over here, you're supposed to make yourself bounce off of this blue thing and jump all the way to the yellow arrows here. Now, there's a ton of arrows in just one little tiny block, and that's supposed to overwhelm you and glitch you through the roof. And now you're stuck inside this box. Now you jump up. You use your momentum to hit that switch over there. Then you come across here. This is the place that was, I guess, occupied by the black elevator thing before. And I kind of just, used that space for both that part of the level and also this part of the level. Go through the spinny thing, use the red and yellow arrows to move through. This green and purple platform will propel you upwards. And the only way to exit the gray block is, again, incredible speed, which is given by these red and yellow blocks. Now we are at the final stretch of the entire obby here. And this is easily the most frustrating part. So, okay, what you don't know from the beginning is that I wanted to use, first, I wanted to use every single block that was possible from the level editor. So you got the green blocks and the black bouncy blocks and then the wooden blocks. And then I just put the pink one here. Now, from that logic, you would think like, oh, well, this is just here because I'm trying to use every block. But no, this block is important because because at the end, you'll realize that you'll need it. So yeah, the next block in order is these green and purple blocks, and then it's the yellow shrinky block, and then it's the red and yellow blocks here. And then there's the blue and green platforms that get used. Yeah. I think what's so infuriating about it is that not only do you have to traverse across this entire section, but also making sure that this block gets through as well. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a juggling act. I mean, I don't know, I guess just being the stickman guy isn't too hard. Like, stickman guy can get through pretty easily by himself, but the hard part, what makes this truly difficult, is actually getting the pink block across. I accidentally kind of got stuck behind the red platform here. You're not supposed to do that. Okay, good. So yeah, every single type of block is used here. Green blue platforms, the red platform that slightly teeters and totters, the black platform, the blue bouncy one, it's just a circle, the wheel here that I didn't really use that often in my obby. Yeah, I also used the spinny platforms. You can already kind of see the reason why we needed this pink block. It's because there's an arrow there, and there's also a switch there, and it makes a bit more sense once we actually get there. Yeah, again, another reason why this part is frustrating is you have to wait a lot, especially for these rotating platforms. I guess I could fix it by making it a lot faster. But yeah, I guess in the alpha stage, they're currently this quick. Or this slow, really. Oh my god, I can't move. Move. Okay. You have to wait for one more rotation here. There you go. By the way, I realized I've used words like so creative, so versatile usage. I guess I kind of am tooting my own horn in that way. But I think that you can learn something, I suppose. I want more levels that I can play that use their blocks in very interesting ways and can even be used more than once in the same level. That'd be great. So yeah, by the way, if I used the pink block to to activate that thing. And if you use the stickman yourself to propel yourself into the switch block that deactivates this blue one, you'll just be stuck there. It's kind of hard to like get out. And I thought that was very like a cruel thing to do, but that's completely intentional because you can see right under you it says end, and you're literally so close to the end, but you're stuck at the very end. And it's hard to get out of. So yeah, I just thought that was really cool. So yeah, just fall down the hole, and that's the end of that entire journey. Wasn't it a fun ride? Oh well. I'm kind of interested. I mean, I saw a couple of videos about other people making Supreme Duelist Stickman obbies, and it is kind of a decent engine. I think when it comes to like physics, this one is I really like this one because it has a lot of freedom, and the stickman can move around in very free form ways. Like you can basically just fly, and that's what I find kind of interesting about this engine. I think it could be improved by a lot more interesting blocks, and also I had a couple of issues with the red and yellow blocks, sometimes just not working, and sometimes the physics is a bit finicky, and black elevator blocks get stuck on things. But yeah, overall I think it's a interesting and fun map editor. I kind of wish there was a few more tools, such as an undo button or something. But yeah, still pretty good. Also a way to share maps as well. I know you can link maps, turn them into links and download them. I don't know how to do that. But I would love to share this map, so if I ever find out how to, the link will be in the description. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I had fun making this. Actually, I didn't say how long it took me to make this, didn't I? Yeah, well, it took 20 hours. I know, insane. On and off for the last like 12 days. Well, whatever. I really wanted to get this passion project out there, and I had so many ideas for how to use the blocks that were in the map editor. So yeah, I shouldn't make this ending any more longer. Thanks for watching, consume everything, and goodbye.